I was pretty much prepared for winding roads and no guardrails and deep ravines and trees and old buildings. Very close together, very busy, lots of traffic. I wasn't prepared for no emissions control on the cars and the buses.
There was a lot of buildings there, and I didn't really expect that. I expected more trees and forests and a lot of tropical stuff, but there was a lot of buildings instead.
I've been to Guatemala a couple times because our daughter Lola was adopted from Guatemala. So we were around the cities and through different places, but I had never been in a malnutrition center before, and I had an idea of what it might look like, but it still was shocking to see the kids and how malnourished they were and how their skin just hung on them and their bones and their bellies were bloated, and I thought I was prepared for it, but it was more shocking than I thought it would be.
The quality of the locals within that community, the interns, the nannies and stuff, I think that stood out and made that place more special than some of the other experiences. So.
I saw God at work when I was in the malnutrition center, and for a day I was sick, and the next day I came back and I helped out with the kids. I noticed that one of the boys, wasn't sick anymore. So I thought that was kind of cool that God helped him out and healed him.
God's word tells us, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. And when you loved me, we show God's love to the kids, but I saw God's love in them and just their eyes and the way that they looked at us because they were being taken care of. And
it was one of those things where you just nod and say it was meant to happen, and it happened for the benefit of the children.
She was a mom who went to the doctor, and the doctor said, say your goodbyes because there's nothing we can do. He's done for. So this is it. So just get things in order and say your goodbyes and make your plans. And she didn't accept that and had heard about the center. So they made the trek out and came to the center, which is not always an easy thing to do. It can take, one of the moms, I know it took her 4 hours to get to the center. And the streets in Guatemala are not like the streets here. So you never know what you're going to encounter or how you're going to get there. A lot of people don't have cars, so it might be relying on somebody else to get them there. But they made the trek, and they put their hope in the people in the center, and you could tell that the people in the center put their hope in God, and the kids get better. And it's amazing how much this little boy has flourished just from the very short time that he has been there.
one little boy really latched on to me. His name was Wilder, and he turned a year on Thursday before we left on Friday. And I just happened to be looking at the list of names in the room that day and saw that it was his birthday. And earlier in the week, he had been sitting there on the floor, and I made eye contact with him, and his little arms just went up like, please take me. And he had the biggest, saddest brown eyes I have ever seen, and he just wanted to be loved on. So I picked him up, and he snuggled in, and we rocked and rocked and rocked, and that was it. He latched onto me for the rest of the week. And then that Thursday was his birthday, so I just picked him up. It goes really unnoticed there. So I just picked him up and rocked him and quietly sang him happy birthday and told him I loved him and I would pray for him.
It made me more thankful for what I have, because most of the kids didn't have much clothes. They didn't have that much toys, but I do. And that made me kind of thankful for what I have. And I have a mom and dad to look up to, which I thought was pretty cool too.
The goals and the accomplishments of everybody's abilities there was astounding. The emotional support, the the professionalism of all the different qualities of everybody in the group in their own traits was just amazing. It was literally a group handpicked by God from one extreme to the other. It was impressive. So I was really thankful to be a part of it.
A lot of people are scared to go out of their comfort zone into a different country and experience something different. And I know a lot of people, when I said, yeah, I'm bringing my 10-year-old son to a third world country, a lot of people were very shocked about that and a little concerned. But I want to say that Orphan's Heart really made everything very, very smooth. We always felt very, very safe and very, very secure and very loved by all the people at the center. And it was just a wonderful experience. And I think that if anybody can give their children an experience like that, so that their children can kind of walk away knowing that my life isn't how everybody else lives, and like Jackson had said, you know, looking at things from a different perspective, because I think my kids have a lot, and I don't think they understand that not everybody has what they have. So I think it's a really good experience for everybody to experience and be able to step a little bit out of your comfort zone and just trust that God will take care of you.
I didn't look at myself as a materialistic person, but when you come home from people who have nothing, you realize how materialistic you are. And I just think things aren't so important anymore, and I hope I can keep that. My relationship with family, with friends, my relationship with God is what really matters.
When you're out there, you know, you're more exposed and you lean harder on God and everything else. And when you come home, you find a bit of a vacuum there because you're back into your creature comforts and your own zone. And it takes a while to readjust, getting close to God again like you were when you were out there in that mission field.
It's a great thing to do, and that it's a life-changing experience, and it'll really shape who you are.
I would say if you think you can't do it, reassess that, because God will be there with you and He'll help you to do it. And if you have the opportunity, go. I wish everybody could do this at least once.